Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palettes. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn Liu, Seth Geis, and from the Pastani Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Doing splendid.
Not bad, not bad.
Nice. All right. So today we are talking about the Viso Horny 555. The cigar is a Robusto Extra 5-inch by 55. Comes out of the Fabrica de Tabacos Nicosueño factory in Nicaragua. A wrapper is U.S. broadleaf. Binder is from Cameroon or Cameroon seed, however you want to look at it. Filler is from Nicaragua and Honduras. It is blended by Tyler Jeffrey. Price point is $15, and the cigar was released in April of 2025. So with all that out of the way, June, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
Um, Overall, for me, I thought it was pretty average. It was very uh, so this was really drying on the palate. So uh, combining a lot of dryness and then like flavors that essentially highlights the dryness, such as like woodiness, the minerals, pepper spice. There's a little bit of this like cheesy mustiness to it. A lot of leather. You know, it didn't help with how continuously dry it was the whole time. It did. I felt like it needed to have something else that will take me away from the like the rustic flavors as well as the dry palate, which never did. So just kind of felt like this monotony of those flavors for the entire, smoking experience. Yeah, not my jam. Not the kind of Connecticut broadleaf that I enjoy because it needs like needs to add in like the thickness and chocolatiness that I really like in a proper broadleaf.
All right, Seth, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean it. I got a lot of dark cocoa powder, bitter and sweet qualities there. Touches the licorice, earth, barnyard, some herbal and cream notes as well on the finish. Some spice, some minerals and peppers as well. Medium full. In the first and second third. Final third, it just gets to more medium full level. Um, I get some more like licorice notes. A lot of dark cocoa, wood, earth. Um, Fairly one-dimensional, medium meaningful strength. Um, Good burn, average draw. Yeah, John.
I thought it had a nice start to it. Multi-sweet tobacco, got some earth and minerality, but they were balanced. Didn't feel discordant on the profile. Got some sort of punchy, medium strength spice and peppers as it settled in, and then a little bit of mild astringency on the post draw. Some mild chocolate, and then some earth came in as the cigar kind of progressed. And tobacco sweetness kind of intensified, which was nice because it didn't allow the earth to take over the profile. So for me, the first third was good, and then I think the second third, that earth um, kind of started to take over the profile a little bit. So it was still medium in the post draw, but pushed all the other components aside of the post draw. So the profile ended up being sort of a creamy earth and minerality, which was fine, but I think not quite as dynamic for me as the first third. And then last third, kind of more of the same, creamy tobacco and earth. I did get a little bit of that multi tobacco sweetness back on the retrohale, but by the halfway point, medium full earth kind of just took over the profile for the rest of the cigar, which is a little disappointing. I think it started out nice. Burn was excellent, a little bit of waviness, but didn't have to interfere with it. And 49 inches on the draw, so a little bit of snugness, 2 to 2.5 notches towards the resistance spectrum. Um, I'd say above average, tasty. How about you, Aaron?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with toasted cedar, earth, baking spice, and cocoa powder. Later, the baking spice transitioned to black pepper, and then it increased a bit later. Second third saw the earth become even with the toasted cedar up front, and then the cocoa powder departed, and the black pepper mellowed a fair amount. And then the final third just saw the toast level increase a bit. Perfect construction for me, so no issues in regards to that. I thought the cigar had a nice start. It had a good combination of flavors, but kind of took a step down in that second third as the cocoa departed and kind of just remained that way for the rest of the cigar. So pretty linear, uh, kind of from the middle of the cigar on. Um, Overall, I think it's pretty average. I was hoping that cocoa powder could have stuck around longer. I think that would have helped elevate the profile a bit for me. But price point's also pretty high for a kind of Robusto extra like this. I understand it because it's low volume and working out of somebody else's factory and things like that. But I just don't. I wouldn't see myself really coming back to this cigar. Just didn't do enough past that first serve to keep my attention. All right, so let's get into the scores. We're going to start at the top with me at 6.1. John gave it a 5.8. Jiunn gave it a 5.6. Seth gave it a 5.1. My 6.1 matches up well. It's above average flavor profile with perfect construction, which knocks it right above the 6 mark, but still not enough for me to want to come back to it. It needs to keep my interest past that first third. So would be a pass for me. All right, John, 5.8.
Yeah, it's about right. Around the 6 mark is kind of where I figured it would land. I mean, I would smoke it again because I like Tyler. And I just feel like I'd want to support him. But if I smoked this from anyone else, I'd be like, yeah, I just don't think there was enough going on in the second third. I think it could have been there, but it wasn't quite.
All right, Jiunn, 5.6.
I mean, it was average. That's something that I come back to. I don't know why, but I I don't know why, but it's because I remember meeting Tyler as someone that was just hanging out at the trade show, and to see the guy go from Southwest worker to actually no, he still works at Southwest, right?
Yeah.
Pays the
To
bills.
doing this. Um, I thought it was really interesting, and I was really curious to see what kind of a blend that he will come out with. So I had a lot of interest in trying this purely because of that. But I mean, this is there's not a ton of great Connecticut broadleaves out there.
Yeah, I don't think this is Connecticut broadleaf. I think this is Pennsylvania broadleaf, but
Yeah, I agree.
Is that what? Oh, okay. I was about
Yeah.
to say. But even if it didn't hit like and I but yeah. Anyways, I could go on to talk about other stuff that I had conversation with him, but like but I am so curious what if he comes out with another blend and what that may be.
Yeah.
Because it's like one of my to some extent I dream about leaving my shitty corporate job and doing something with the cigar industry. It's just that unfortunately, for the most part, cigar industry pays like shit.
Yeah. All right, Seth, 5.1.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a cigar I'd probably come back to. I kind of wish that the bands were a little bit better on the cigar, but it's one of those that's just, personal thing. I mean, it's not a bad blend, but it's just not something that I'd go crazy about. So
Yeah.
if he makes another one, sure, we'll try it out, see
Yeah.
where it goes.
Yeah. All right, final thoughts. I like this format, the cigar format. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Size. So,
Yeah, he picked a really nice cigar size.
Like the
for
box
sure.
press.
Yeah.
The box
Good.
press helps the whole thing.
Yeah. Could just use a half a leaf of Lajero, just a half a leaf. I'm not saying you got to put ASP in there, but just a half a leaf of Lajero, I think could have been a difference maker. I know it is Viso Horny, but just a half a leaf of Lajero, I feel like that could have been a difference maker.
It's a hell of a name, but
Isn't it though?
he should just do riffs off of like the sections of the tobacco, right? Do something with Seiko, do something with Lajero, and make it all, make it all sexual.
Yeah.
Seiko would be Seiko would be tough. Even if you had a high priming Seiko, I mean, I guess for you to do Connecticut, maybe you could come out with something, but I don't know if it'd be good enough for people to want to smoke it.
Have to try it out.
Lajero was kind of
is he working at Nica Sueño? Like, or is he?
well, no,
is he
he's
like
just
He
he's
helps
just
out
a good
at the office in Austin on occasion,
Yeah.
I believe. So like when they get
he's got a
shipments
good
in,
relationship with Skip.
he'll
So
come out and
I
help
see.
out with some stuff there. So yeah.
and then
and
his
Skip,
airport job is in Austin, I assume,
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
and then Skip, he's got a good relationship with Skip because he's known him for a long time. So, Skip's the kind of guy that if you have a good relationship with him and you want to come down and do some like actual tobacco work, he's like, okay. But like, he doesn't really broker nonsense. So, like,
Yeah.
you're
He's
not going
coming in
down
for guys
there
that want
like,
to roll into the factory and take a bunch of pictures and
Right.
say, lend it a cigar.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. If you're gonna go down to blend a cigar, like, you're gonna be working, and I mean like serious, tasting little I can't remember what they call them, but you're gonna be doing a lot of component tasting. You're gonna be doing a lot of notes, and it's gonna take you a while,
Yeah.
and that's how it should be done.
Mhm.
Can't really blend by mail.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, you can, but it's gonna suck.
All right, wherever you're catching this video, be sure to like, subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, developingpalace.com. Follow us on all social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Be so horny.